Good afternoon to all, and I welcome you back to the 20th lecture on the course for heat transfer for chemical engineers. And today we will be starting with a new topic, radiation. Till now, uh, we can we have learned convection and conduction, and based on the lectures so far, we can recognize that the heat transfer by conduction and convection requires the presence of a temperature gradient, and secondly it also requires some sort of matter for the transport of the heat. Whereas in contrast, the radiation transfer or the thermal radiation does not require any matter. So this in conduction, and convection, by far in almost all the cases except for the evaporation and I mean boiling and condensation, uh, we require delta T and matter, whereas in radiation just T or the temperature gradient is required. It does not require any sort of matter to have heat transferred. All right. So in this chapter or in this particular part, our objective is to consider the means by which thermal radiation is generated. What is the nature of this radiation, and how it interacts with matter and how matter interacts with it. So right. So we are engineers, and this particular course is designed for engineering and to for gate. So I will not go into much physics in each part. I will try to put all the things from the engineering part perspective. So but at a couple of points where I feel that it's a very interesting thing, and is what applicable to you in your other areas as well. So I will go deep into the physics as well. All right. So let's understand fundamentally what radiation is. So consider that you have a solid body right now with you, and you have heated it to a high temperature. So let me draw a solid hot body. Red hot, looks good. Something like this. So this is a very hot and solid body that we have. So I was about to write solid in it. So this is solid. We have a solid body with us, and now if I keep it in the environment, it will lose out the energy through. Just a second, let me. Yeah. So it will be losing out the energy through conduction and convection. So what I do is, now I enclose it in a chamber which is filled with vacuum, and we know that still the body will try to come back to its temperature of surrounding. So this body was at Ts and the surrounding is at Tsat. So it will still try to cool down, right? And this cooling will be associated with reduction of the internal energy of this solid. So solid will lose heat, hence its internal energy will go down by the law of thermodynamics. And since it's losing the energy, it will be in the form of thermal radiation. So this is how the process goes. And here typically what we study is the radiation that is going out from this particular outer surface of the body. So we say that this particular surface of the body is radiating the heat, and this is giving out the heat based on the temperature difference. Yeah. Also, surroundings can also radiate some amount of heat into it, but uh, if the temperatures are reversed. So at this moment, you might be sitting in some sort of arrangement in a room where you will be having some furniture, walls, table, the laptop in front of you. Everything is radiating some sort of energy, and even your body is radiating out some sort of energy. And there's a very interesting calculation done by many scientists. You can refer it online. The amount of heat that our body loses by radiation, and the amount is quite high. It is about equivalent to power a bulb, like a electric bulb. So you can always go back and refer to it. So this was about the what I can say, basic of radiation. Like every body can radiate, it depends on the temperature of the body. And uh, in solids, it is a surface phenomena. And for gases or semi-transparent solids like glass, you have some sort of transparent crystals. Then at elevated temperatures, that phenomena is nowhere a surface phenomena, it's a volumetric phenomena. By meaning it to be a volumetric phenomena, I want to say that the radiation is coming out from that particular volume of the matter, and the net emission that is going out from the body, okay, is the integrated effect of the to all that local emission. So if I have a body like this, okay, if I have a body like this, and the radiation from all the elements from this particular body will get accumulated and would be there. So for gases and for semi-transparent solids, it's a volumetric phenomena. So just okay, just a hold on. Transparent, it's a volumetric phenomena. Now the question that will come to your mind is, sir, whatever you said over here कि पूरे एलिमेंट्स अपना छोटा छोटा एलिमेंट अपना रेडिएशन दे रहा है, वो पूरा कलेक्टिवली होके वो एनर्जी बाहर जा रही है एज अ टर्म, एज अ रेडिएशन थिंग, ठीक है, तो ये सॉलिड में भी होगा. आपने क्यों कहा सॉलिड में सरफेस फिनोमेना है? आई एग्री, मोस्ट ऑफ यू वुड बी हैविंग द क्वेश्चन. सो दिस क्वेश्चन, सो होता क्या है सॉलिड्स एंड लिक्विड में, ठीक है, जो अंदर के मॉलिक्यूल्स है बल्क के इधर अंदर के, ठीक है, ये भी रेडिएशन दे रहे हैं, ठीक है, बट this particular final layer over here, it has a very good absorption power. It absorbs that radiation, and then it has absorbed it, and the contribution from this particular layer over here is the only thing that is actually going out. So आप इसको एक्सपेरिमेंटली भी देख सकते हो. आप क्या करो, ये एरिया ले लो, ठीक है, ये एरिया ले लो इतना, एंड आप बस इसी एरिया की एक छोटी सी पट्टी ले लो, इसका वॉल्यूम अलग है, इसका वॉल्यूम अलग है, एंड यू सी the heat that is coming out, it would be same. It is depending on the area, it's a surface phenomena. but आप gases लो, आप gases में molecules change करो, आप ज्यादा मतलब you kind of make you change the volume rather semi transparent का, या फिर क्रिस्टल का साइज चेंज करो, तो क्रिस्टल का वॉल्यूम बढ़ गया, एरिया वही रखा, ठीक है. तो what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to change surface volume to area ratio over there, and what I'm seeing is more the volume, more is the heat transfer. So it is happening as a volumetric thing over there, whereas in this particular case of solids and liquids, so we'll write liquids as well. Yes, someone was saying something. Yeah. Any doubts? I mean, I could not see who it was, but okay, fine. सो उनके केसेस में, ठीक है, भी वॉल्यूम, मतलब ये छोटा एलिमेंट जो इधर का है, ओके, इधर का अंदर का छोटा है, ये भी रेडिएट कर रहा है, बट देन उसका रेडिएशन इधर पूरा एब्जॉर्ब हो जा रहा है सरफेस पे, एंड सिंस इधर वाले लेयर ने इसको पूरा एब्जॉर्ब किया है, तो ये फाइनल जो रेडिएशन देगा वही हम लोग देखेंगे, वही दिखता है एक्चुअली, दिख पाता है. दिस इज द ओनली रेडिएशन दैट इज एक्चुअली वी आर एबल टू सी, एंड हेंस we say in liquids and solids it's a surface phenomena, very important thing. And in gases and semi transparent solids, so you have a glass slab, ठीक है, उसमें it's a volumetric phenomena, क्योंकि absorbance कम होता है उनमें, absorbance कम है उनमें, तो ये इधर एब्जॉर्ब नहीं कर पाएंगे उसके इधर वालों का, तो वो भी जाएगा प्लस ये वाला अपना भी देगा, एंड यू विल सी इट्स अ क्यूमुलेटिव इफेक्ट ऑफ ऑल दैट वॉल्यूम्स कमिंग इन. ओके, is this particular point clear, guys? Raise of hands if yes. If no, you want me to repeat it, please unmute, you can ask. All right, so अब हमने समझ लिया कि ये सरफेस फिनोमिना है, एंड वी हैव आल्सो अंडरस्टैंड एट व्हिच केसेस इट्स अ वॉल्यूमेट्रिक फिनोमिना, why it is surface phenomena, why it's a volumetric phenomena. Now we have the second question in our mind. चलो, ये बिना मैटर का हीट तो भेज रहा है, अच्छी बात है, कैसे, राइट? सो द ड्यूअल थियरी, मैटर और एनर्जी का जो वेव पार्टिकल ड्यूअल नेचर है, दैट एक्सप्लेन्स इट, ठीक है. सो हम we all know that with every particle that is associated, उसके साथ एक वेव नेचर भी उसका एसोसिएटेड होता है, हर वेव के साथ एक पार्टिकल नेचर भी एसोसिएटेड होता है. सो दैट थिंग comes into picture over here. So all these radiations, thermal radiations, are electromagnetic waves, and they will have their own wavelength and nu frequency. They will travel with the speed of light, ठीक है. So dual theory will try to give me, is explaining that this radiant energy, or the energy that is being transferred via radiation, so radiant energy in the form of a wave motion, and this wave is nothing but a EM wave. Second thing, it won't be a continuous emission, कोई भी रैंडम इसमें नहीं, बट ये डिसकंटिन्यूअस होगा, हर एक अलग अलग लैम्बडा पे अलग अलग एनर्जी एसोसिएटेड होगी. वी हैव ऑल लर्नड इट, एंड इट विल बी डिसकंटिन्यूअस. It would be in the forms of small packets, or we can say it as photons. Then, since these are EM waves, they will travel with the speed of light, and we know that C is equal to lambda times mu, and we know that the energy is h nu, and h is Max Planck's constant. I hope everything up to this point is clear. I mean, this is all we know. I mean, I'm just trying to recall. So now let me just give you a quick overview of the entire spectrum of electromagnetic radiation. So, and I would also recommend you guys to make a drawing of this, try to remember it, because in GATE, 1 or 2 questions are asked on this. Even in your placement tests, they can ask you a question on this, like ये range is like what is the range for X-ray, gamma ray, ultraviolet, so on and so forth. So now we'll quickly draw the spectrum for EM, electromagnetic radiation. All right. So on this line over here, I will be plotting lambda in micrometer. We typically start from the lower wavelength and we go up to the higher wavelength. So okay, we need 10 divisions, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, this is it. Let me make some more space to write the units and all the values. Looks good. So this we start from 10 raised to the power of -5 of a micrometer, right? So this is typically 0.1 angstrom, and from there up to somewhere to the order of 10 raised to the power -4. This particular region is your gamma rays, or the electromagnetic spectrum for gamma radiation. Okay, then from 10 raised to the power -4 all the way down to 10 raised to the power -2 is your X-ray, right? Then so roughly around from 10 raised to the power -2 to around 10 raised to the power -1, that 2.4 10 raised to the power of -1 is your ultraviolet region. From 0.4 10 raised to the power -1 to this value of 0.7 is our visible region, and here we will have violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. We have that complete Vibgyor thing, right? And then from here onwards we have infrared that will typically go up to 2, 3, 4. That typically goes up to this, and from here onwards we have microwave. The region that we want to study, or the this particular region that starts from this particular value to this, this is particularly the region of thermal radiation. And this is a very common gate question that, or a interview question that is asked कि what is the region for thermal radiation, किस electromagnetic spectrum के range में thermal radiation होता है. So you should know that it is from 0.1 micrometer to 100 micrometers. All right. So thermal radiation that is being emitted by a surface is this particular is encompassed by the range from 10 raised to the power minus 1 micrometer to 10 raised to the power 2 micrometers. Okay, now that I know, okay, ये हमने यहाँ तक सब समझ लिया कि ओके जी, ये सरफेस फिनोमेना है सॉलिड्स एंड लिक्विड्स में, गैसेस में वॉल्यूमेट्रिक है. ओके, ये जो रेडिएशन है इसके साथ एक वेवलेंथ एसोसिएटेड होगी, वेवलेंथ के साथ साथ आप उसका फ्रीक्वेंसी भी निकाल सकते हो, एंड एनर्जी फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर ऑफ वन पैकेट ऑफ एनर्जी फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर वेवलेंथ भी आप निकाल लोगे एच न्यू से. ऑल राइट, इधर तक सब सही चल रहा है. नाउ आई नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड मोर अबाउट इट, हाउ इट चेंजेस विद टेम्परेचर. एंड Kaushik, do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. I will just lower your hand. All right. हाँ, तो हमने ये तो समझ लिया कि ये कैसे हो रहा है, क्यों हो रहा है, right? But now what I need to know is, with this particular lambda, can a body, I have a body which is heated, ये इधर body थी इधर की, ये this body is now enclosed in vacuum, उसमें उसका temperature है. I want to know कि ये किस वेवलेंथ पे एनर्जी दे रही है. At what wavelength is this body radiating? Is it radiating with a uniform at a particular lambda, or it is radiating energy at different lambdas, अलग-अलग lambdas पे वो energy दे रही है. Also, if I am an observer, I have a measurement device. If I keep it over here, 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 or here, or here, or here, is this energy that is coming out, is it same? Or if this point, if this is the particular point on this surface, is it radiating the energy uniformly in all the directions? I need to know that. Why? Because tomorrow we as an engineers would be designing a equipment that is using this particular mode of heat transfer in our application, and we need to know how it is distributing, at what lambda it is giving the energy. So these are the engineering parameters that we need to know, so that tomorrow we can build some equipment, you know. So the answer to this is the thermal radiation varies with wavelength. A body can emit energy, radiant energy, at different wavelengths. So we first have to deal with something which is called as spectral distribution. So this EM waves will be having spectral distribution. So meaning that on the x-axis, if I plot lambda, and on the y-axis I plot the amount of emission at that particular lambda. So this emission at that particular lambda is nothing but, you can also think of it like a monochromatic emission. Okay, so I plot this on the y-axis, I can get a nice curve. Okay, something like this. I will get some curve like this, right? Meaning that there is a particular distribution, and this particular curve is called as the spectral distribution. Okay, and the second thing that comes out of observation is that apart from spectral distribution, okay, this will also have a distribution that is coming out because of the direction. So it will also have directional distribution. So now note it over here. So a surface can have two types of distribution. वो uniformly energy नहीं दे रहा है. It can emit that particular energy as the packets of different lambdas. So आप इसको ऐसे सोच सकते हो, एक surface है ठीक है, तो आप सरफेस को एक बहुत बड़ा अमीर आदमी की तरह सोचो, वो एक बहुत बड़ा अमीर आदमी है एंड ही इज गिविंग आउट डोनेशंस टू दी, ही इज गिविंग आउट डोनेशंस, ही इज सेंडिंग आउट डोनेशंस, और एक बैंक है इट इज सेंडिंग आउट मनी. सो एसबीआई कम्स, सर जी हमें 20,000 कैश चाहिए. So it can give it in multiples of 2000, it can give it in multiples of 500, it can give it in multiples of 100, tens, 20s, and even coins of 1 and 2 and 5 and 10. So those 1, 2, 5, 10, 100, 50, 200, 500, and 2000, they are particularly the packets of energy, and we can label them as different lambdas, discrete. ठीक है, so and then it can vary, like मैं हो सकता है most probably बैंक 100 के bundles बांट रही है, या most probably, so we'll see a distribution, so that is a spectral distribution. Secondly, it can also have directional distribution, right? This particular center is more lineated or is more dedicated towards distributing the cash in the south of the city. So इस center से city के south areas में जितने भी branches है वहां पे cash ज्यादा जा रही है. So you see a directional distribution of the cash from that particular center. Similarly, this particular surface over here, which we had, right? This particular surface can also exhibit directional distribution. So the arrow is giving you the direction, and the magnitude of the vector is giving you the magnitude of the energy that has been distributed in that particular direction. So you can see some sort of random distribution of energy by the body. Maybe इस डायरेक्शन में वो कुछ नहीं रहेगी, इस डायरेक्शन में वो बिल्कुल भी जीरो है, नीचे के डायरेक्शन में. So the graph starts like this, envelope which is encompassing all the points. So I'm trying to encompass them by a curve. Maybe something इधर जाके वो इस डायरेक्शन में जीरो, right? So even that this is possible. Okay, so it can have some directional distribution across theta. Okay, so is this particular point clear? All right. जो जिन जिन लोगों को नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ एंड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड इट, क्योंकि इसके आगे का डिस्कशन इसके ऊपर बेस्ड रहने वाला है, राइट? सो again I'm summarizing whatever we have learned till now about the process of radiation, that this is independent of material. All matter can, all sorts of matter can do this particular mode of heat transfer. They can radiate the energy, right? In liquids and solids, this will be a surface phenomena. It has been observed to be a surface phenomena. In gases and semi-transparent solids, it is a volumetric phenomena. Why it's a surface phenomena and volumetric phenomena we have already discussed, because in solids the surface layers will absorb the emissions from the inner layers or the inner molecules, and hence only the surface, the radiation from the surface would be visible, or only the surface will be contributing actually to the radiation. So it's a surface phenomenon. That then we try to explain this using the dual theory. So all this radiant energy is in the form of electromagnetic waves. It will be a discontinuous emission in the multiples of some packets of energy, and each packet has an energy given by h nu. They will be, since they will be traveling with the speed of light c, so using that we can find out their wavelength using this particular two equations which we have already studied, where h is the Max Planck's constant. And then okay, we say okay, अब हमें यहाँ तक पता चला कि EM waves में जा रहा है and all. Then we try to understand the spectrum, कि spectrum जो है पूरा electromagnetic radiation का, उसमें से कौन से range में हमें thermal radiation दिखता है. So that it is typically from 10 raised to the power -1 to 10 raised to the power 2. Excuse me. एंड देन वी सॉ कि चलो बॉडी रेडिएट कर रही है, ईएम वेव्स रेडिएट कर रही है, इस पर्टिकुलर रेंज में रेडिएट कर रही है. Can it radiate at only one lambda, or it can radiate in the entire range of lambda? Yes, it can radiate in the entire range of lambda. That is the spectral distribution. And also it can vary. This particular radiation can vary with the direction. So a directional distribution is also a property of thermal radiation or radiation in general. Is everything up to this point clear? हाँ या ना? किसी को डाउट है तो प्लीज अनम्यूट, आस्क, फील फ्री गाइस. यस, चेतन, श्रेयस, सोनाली.
Sir, in directional distribution, is it for just a lambda or is it for all, मतलब सभी रेज के लिए है या फिर लैम्बडा के लिए डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन?
इसमें मतलब कुछ मटेरियल्स ऐसे भी है जो अलग अलग लैम्बडास को थोड़ा सा अलग अलग डायरेक्शनल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन देते हैं. सो यू कैन कंसिडर इट एज अ universal thing for any lambda as well, or you can say it as it for a particular lambda as well. कि एक मोनोक्रोमेटिक लाइट है, एक सरफेस, एक मोनोक्रोम सरफेस का एक पर्टिकुलर लैम्बडा एनर्जी का मैं डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन देख रहा हूँ, एंड आई एम सीइंग दिस. सो यू कैन फाइंड इट इन बोथ द केसेस. ठीक है, हम लोग अभी बस एक जनरलाइज नेचर डिस्कस कर रहे हैं कि ये हो सकता है, कौन से सरफेसेस देंगे, कैसे देंगे, या वी विल बी गोइंग थ्रू दैट इन द अपकमिंग क्लासेस.
Okay, sir.
Yes, who were Chetan and I guess Sonali were yet. Are you guys clear with it? Raise of hand if you're okay. You can unmute and ask if you have any sort of doubt. No doubts. Okay, great. Fine. All right. So now we'll try to understand this particular distribution, spectral distribution and directional distributions in the upcoming part. कि हम इसको कैसे अंडरस्टैंड कर सकते हैं ओवरऑल एमएसयू, और कुछ टर्म्स भी हम लोग देखेंगे कि चलो रेडिएशन की एनर्जी तो जा रही है, बट हाउ, कुछ टर्म्स भी तो होंगे, जैसे व्हाट इज द टोटल अमाउंट ऑफ एन. तो हम कुछ अब टर्म्स और टर्मिनोलॉजीज देखेंगे. उससे पहले फर्स्ट टर्मिनोलॉजी दैट विल बी डिस्कसिंग would be the intensity of radiation or radiation intensity. ठीक है. So radiation that एक surface से जो leave होगा, it can propagate in all possible directions, and we want to know its directional distribution, and then वो spread भी होगा. ठीक है. तो now our first target will be to understand what is the intensity of this radiation in a particular direction. All right. अब जब मैं 2 डायमेंशन में होता हूं, ठीक है, अब इसका नेचर अगर आप, तो मैं इसको आराम से प्लेन पे दिखा सकता हूं इस टाइप से, और मैं कह सकता हूं कि ये डिस्टेंस r होगा, एंड मैं डायरेक्शन को थीटा से रिप्रेजेंट करूंगा. डिस्टेंस को r से, डायरेक्शन को थीटा से. is this very much okay with you? मैं इस तरह से सिस्टम को डिफाइन कर सकता था जब मैं 2D में था, राइट. And then I can say the intensity of radiation in this particular direction at theta is I. Capitalize the intensity. Intensity क्या है? टोटल नंबर पर यूनिट एरिया, राइट. हमने काफी, या फिर पर वॉल्यूम, बट हम इधर सरफेस फिनोमेना देख रहे हैं तो पर यूनिट एरिया होगा, करेक्ट. बट देन we will be seeing 3-dimensional systems in the real world, right? So there the concept of solid angle will come into picture, right? So the angle in a plane, if this is a differential angle, I have a plane and now I need to make some differential elements wherein theta is varying or the angle is varying. So in this particular plane, I can always say if this if d theta is the angle between these two lines, and I need to find out, so and then at the same r over here, so I can say if this is dl and if this is the radius, then d theta will be dl by r, and we have already used this in vectors while learning vectors and all. Similarly, whenever we will go for solid angle for 3D systems, we'll have to go with the concept of solid angle. So what it would be be is something like this. आप इसको ऐसे समझ सकते हो कि वो जो d theta था, इसी को okay. Kind of passing through the center, एक्सेक्ट नहीं बना है थोड़ा सा, ये डिफरेंशियल एरिया होगा dA, right? And then the solid angle over here would be defined as d omega, which is equal to dA by r square. ये डेफिनेशन है सॉलिड एंगल की. डिफरेंशियल, ये सॉलिड एंगल ओमेगा होता है, एंड जैसे हम उधर डिफरेंशियल एलिमेंट लेते हैं डी थीटा का, वहां पे यहाँ पे वो डिफरेंशियल एलिमेंट हो जाएगा डी ओमेगा का. तो ये हो गया सॉलिड एंगल के बारे में. Just a small thing about mathematics that will be very much useful in the upcoming lectures. And what is the total solid angle? जैसे हमको पता है एक सर्कल का जैसे इस प्लेन में थीटा कहाँ से कहाँ तक वेरी कर सकता है टोटल. अगर मुझे इस प्लेन को डिफाइन करना होगा तो मैं थीटा कहाँ से कहाँ वेरी करेगा, 0 से 2 पाई. वैसे ही इसका भी हम लोग इंटीग्रेशन ले सकते हैं डी ओमेगा का, एंड हमें वहां से इंटीग्रल डी ओमेगा जो होता है, ठीक है, ओवर द एंटायर solid, so this will come out to be 2 pi solid radians. वहां पे हम 2 pi radians कहते हैं, यहाँ पे हम इसको solid radians कहेंगे. I hope everyone is clear up to this point. This was just some mathematics that I wanted to bring out. All right. So let's start with the first point that we want to understand, which is the intensity of the radiation, or I will call it as radiant intensity, and I will be defining it as I lambda emission. So this is the radiant intensity I at a particular lambda for emission. Okay, so this is defined as the rate at which the radiant energy is emitted at a given lambda in the theta and phi direction. So I'm considering spherical coordinate system per unit area of the emitting surface normal. So I'll write it out in this format. So this is going to be energy per time. Okay, this at a particular lambda in all the theta and phi directions per unit area, and this particular area is of the surface that is emitting. So if you have this particular surface that is emitting, So for this particular small area, normal of it, so this particular break area, the energy that it is emitting in all the theta and phi directions. So as you see, इधर से कुछ एनर्जी नहीं हो रही, बट इन पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शंस में वो एनर्जी एमिट कर रहा है. सो विल हैव इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ इट and the rate at which the energy is getting transmitted, something like that. I hope the definition about I lambda is clear. So this particular definition is like a short form of the verbal definition. Mathematical definition would look like this: I lambda of emission at a given lambda for theta and phi would look like the, क्योंकि डिफरेंशियल एलिमेंट होगा तो वो एक छोटी हीट को ट्रांसफर करेगा डी क्यू अमाउंट, राइट, डिवाइडेड बाय डी ए. उसका नॉर्मल लेना है तो कॉस थीटा डॉट डी ओमेगा डॉट डी लैम्डा. सो डी क्यू बाय डी लैम्डा हो जाएगा आपका डी लैम्डा, मतलब डी क्यू, दिस इज डी क्यू इज द टोटल हीट दैट इज ट्रांसफरिंग. So dq by d lambda will be like dq of that particular lambda. This particular ratio will be dq of that particular lambda. So let's say 2500 Armstrongs is the lambda that we are interested in. So dq is for the entire spectrum, and dq by d lambda at that lambda will be dq. So you can think of this at dq by d lambda, lambda equal to 2500, and this will be dq lambda. So basically we have just written it over in this particular fashion. And we are not pretty much interested in this particular mathematical expression. What we are interested in is how, क्योंकि इसमें फिर बहुत सारा फिजिक्स आएगा, मैथ्स आएगा, जो कि ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. As I had said, we are going to look more into the engineering perspective. What we are interested is कि 2500 Armstrongs में मुझे कितनी एनर्जी एमिट हो रही है मेरे बॉडी से, एंड किस इंटेंसिटी से हो रही है, क्योंकि मुझे जब इंटेंसिटी पता होगी तो मैं अलग अलग सरफेसेस को डिजाइन कर सकूंगा. सो व्हाट आई एम मोर इंटरेस्टेड इज फाइंडिंग आउट द रिलेशन बिटवीन E and lambda, E at particular lambda and I of lambda, and I can get that very easily from this. I will have to integrate I lambda over the area. So E lambda is at any lambda will be integrating it over the entire surface, 0 से 2 pi, 0 से pi by 2. बाहर की लिमिट phi पे है, अंदर की लिमिट थीटा पे है. I lambda times cos theta sin theta d theta d phi, right? So I am more interested in knowing this. So what I want is, आप मुझे बस I lambda का एक एक्सप्रेशन दे दो. I इंटेंसिटी कैसे वेरी हो रही है in direction and for lambda and for various lambda, and I will get this. And once I know this, what I will say is the total energy that is getting radiated, E, will be integral of all these E lambdas and D lambda from 0 से infinity. क्योंकि नेगेटिव वेवलेंथ हो नहीं सकती, इसीलिए मैंने इधर माइनस इंफिनिटी से इंफिनिटी किया नहीं है, वो 0 से इंफिनिटी डाला है. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. एनी डाउट्स इन दिस सो फार? यस. अगर यस, मैं और थोड़ा सा, मतलब क्योंकि मैंने कुछ मैथमेटिक्स इसका बीच का स्किप आउट किया है तो थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट लग सकता है, तो मैं इसको आइडिया देता हूँ. ठीक है, हमने सब पता कर लिया है कि एक सरफेस है जिसका एरिया इतना है, वो हीट एमिट कर रहा है रेडिएशन से. आई नो दिस पर्टिकुलर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, ये एमिशन पर लैम्डा इज नथिंग बट ई लैम्डा वर्सेस लैम्डा का ग्राफ. ठीक है, what I want to know is the total amount of energy that it is radiating, and for that what physicists are more interested in कि if I know कि एक पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन में, सो एक पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन में इस पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन में, ठीक है, एक पर्टिकुलर लैम्बडा के लिए वो कैसे डाल रहे एनर्जी, एंड देन आई नो फॉर वन पर्टिकुलर लैम्बडा, से लैम्बडा इक्वल टू 2500, I know how it is distributing in different directions. Then I integrate it, multiply it by the area. What I will get is the total energy that it distributes at 2500 lambda 2500 Armstrongs. Then they go and say कि अब अगर मुझे इसका लैम्बडा के साथ का भी वेरिएशन पता चल गया, so I know all such e lambdas. So let me write. First one, I start with say lambda 1, ठीक है, के लिए डायरेक्शनल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन मुझे पता है, I sum it out or I integrate it and I will get the total energy by total energy at that particular lambda that has been emitted. So ये इधर का एक पॉइंट आ जाता है like this. Say this is lambda 1, इस lambda 1 पे इसने कितनी एनर्जी एमिट की, ये पॉइंट आ जाता है. एंड नाउ आई ट्राई टू डू इट फॉर ऑल लैम्डास. All right, now I do it for all lambdas. So what I will get, the total E that has been emitted, the total energy that has been emitted by the body. So this will be given by this. अब आप लोग पूछेंगे कि सर हमको ये क्यों करना है. अगर मैं कल को हमें एक डिवाइस बनाना है इस तरह से जो 25,000 एमस्ट्रॉन्ग या 3,000 एमस्ट्रॉन्ग के रेडिएशंस को एमिट करे, एंड आई वांट टू emit it on this particular surface जिसका इतना एरिया होगा, एंड मुझे इतनी इंटेंसिटी चाहिए उधर, समथिंग लाइक दैट. सो अगेन यू हैव टू गो बैक एंड अंडरस्टैंड कि उसका कैसे क्या डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होगा. सो बेसिकली what all things that you need to know is only this particular expressions that are put in box. These are of importance to you, but you should again know that it varies with all these things, and tomorrow when in future whenever you will go and try to design some sort of system, all right, then you must know कि ये इसके साथ variable है, ये उसके साथ variable है, and so on so forth. So the only idea over here is to understand how radiant intensity and emissive power are related. So this E is also called as emissive power क्योंकि इसका यूनिट है एनर्जी पर टाइम. एनर्जी पर टाइम होता है पावर, एंड कौन सी पावर है, द पावर दैट हैज बीन एमिटेड. So it is also called as emissive power. So this is the particular relation. All right, I hope यहाँ तक कोई डाउट नहीं होगा. Then we go further. अब हमने देखा कि बॉडी जब हीट रेडिएट कर रही है तो उसका स्पेक्ट्रल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऐसा होता है, एंड उसमें इंटेंसिटी एंड पावर के बीच में क्या रिलेशन होता है, राइट. बट एक बॉडी रेडिएट करेगी तो देयर विल बी सम अदर बॉडी दैट विल बी एक्सेप्टिंग द थिंग आल्सो, राइट. सो उसको कहते हैं इररेडिएशन. Okay, so this talks about all the radiations that are incident on a particular surface. This can be originated from emissions and reflections at other surface. So I have this particular surface with me. इस पे किसी का emission आ रहा है, या यहाँ पे कोई एक आईना है जिसके ऊपर कुछ आ रहा था और उसने इधर रिफ्लेक्ट किया, right. So this is a emission, this is a reflection. So irradiation talks about all the incident radiation that is incident over the surface, and the expressions would be same. So all the incident radiation energy will be called as irradiation energy, which will be again for having a same sort of distribution with lambda, and this will be given by all those same expressions. G lambda is equal to 0 से लेके 2 pi, 0 से लेके pi by 2, all additions of the intensities by reflection plus तो इसमें lambda I कर दूंगा मैं, ठीक है, क्योंकि it is of irradiation, तो you'll add lambda I lambdas of reflection plus emission in it, and then it will be at a particular lambda, theta and phi, and then you'll have that differential area का जो factor रहता है, which is sin theta cos theta d theta d phi, d theta d phi. Then the same expression that we had over there, G is equal to integral 0 से लेके infinity G lambda at particular lambda times d lambda. This one is of more importance to us, and that's it. This is about the total irradiation. So G is total irradiation, okay, and it represents the rate at which radiation is incident. So this is representing the rate at which all the radiations that are coming from emission and reflection, the rate at which radiation is incident on a surface. All right, ये हो गया irradiation. Now the last term that we need to learn is radiosity. Space, we don't have space with it. Radiosity. All right. So now the radiosity is accounting for all the radiation energy that is leaving a surface. So radiation was talking about the energy that is radiated from the surface. Okay, so it is the energy जो body ने अपने आप से radiate की because of its temperature. Okay, तो वो सिर्फ emitted है. It doesn't account for the energy that has been reflected or transmitted. So you have a body over here. Okay, इसका temperature already 1000 degrees Celsius है. And then I have another body over here. इसका temperature 2000 degrees Celsius है. And they are both in vacuum and they are both going radiations. इसने इसके ऊपर कुछ radiation डाला, वो इसमें से उसने इधर से transmit कर दिया. It has three options, right? Transmit, absorb, and emit, right? So transmit, absorb and reflect. So basically इसने ये transmit कर रहा है तो वो radiosity में include होगा. So try and understand this particular difference between radiosity and radiation energy. Radiation मतलब body का अपना खुद का generation है, वो अपने खुद से दे रहा है, ठीक है. So this particular term is going to accounts all the radiant energy that is going to be leaving the surface. So this will include reflection as well, plus direct emission. So there was some sort of energy that was exposed to it, और वो उसके ऊपर आ रही थी, and it had reflected it. So that part of reflection will be incorporated in the radiosity. Radiosity talks about the total energy that is leaving the surface, the total radiation energy that is leaving the surface. Okay, and radiant energy is talking about the emissions from that particular body, and emissive power is the energy, the rate of energy emitted from the body. ये बॉडी के अंदर के इंटरनल एनर्जी का जो चेंज हो रहा है उसके वजह से जो निकल रही है वो उस एनर्जी की बात कर रहा है. Irradiation is talking about all sorts of radiations that are getting incident on the body, all sorts of radiations. It can include emissions from some other body, it will also include reflection from other bodies. So please try to keep a difference, I mean try to appreciate the difference between all the three terms. अब जैसे emissions के साथ spectral distribution associate हुआ, वैसी spectral distribution irradiation के साथ भी associate हुआ, वही spectral distribution radiosity के साथ भी associate होगा. And what I will see is the radiosity is given by J. So J lambda as a function of lambda, as we had E lambda over there, as we had G lambda in the previous case, will be again integral over the area I lambda. Now it will be emission plus reflection. So E plus R, lambda as a function which is varying with lambda, theta and phi. Then the differential area element cosine theta, cos theta, d theta, d phi. And then the total radiosity J will be given by integral 0 to infinity J lambda as a function of lambda d lambda. Right, and this is total radiosity. All right, so we have now understood some important terms associated with the radiation processes, and basically we have understood their relation with the intensities. So right, so we have understood the relation of radiation intensity I with emission, with irradiation and radiosity. All right, इसका यूज कहाँ होता है? एक शॉर्ट छोटा सा गेट टाइप का क्वेश्चन मैं अभी डिस्कस करूंगा एंड आई विल स्टॉप द लेक्चर हियर. सो लेट मी जस्ट पुल आउट दैट क्वेश्चन. इस टाइप का क्वेश्चन कहीं तो आया हुआ है, आई डोंट रिमेम्बर. इज इट, was it a gate exam or a placement test? So what they give is इस टाइप की एक प्रोफाइल दे देते हैं आपको एग्जाम में, क्या एक्सप्रेशन दे देंगे, राइट? So this particular question was on radiosity, the total amount of radiations that are ये. So एक सरफेस के ऊपर उन्होंने कुछ डिवाइस लगाया and they were measuring radiosity as a function of lambda, right? There were some units associated with it, so maybe I write it in micrometers and only, and then they found out कि कुछ इस तरह से the things changed. So this point is 1000. Unit will be watt per meter square micrometer, because इसका unit watt per meter square micrometer होगा. Unit will be the variable name will be J as a function of lambda, so J lambdas, and this is particularly lambda. Maybe I can say starting point for this defy 100 कितना होगा, 2500 होगा 2.5. So maybe starting point from here is तो 0 से 50 or say 20 micrometers. Maybe this point is at say 5, this is at the last 5, so maybe 15, or maybe this is 25 and this is 30, something like that. Scale थोड़ी सी linear लगे, and they kind of give you this graph. जैसे एक बॉडी के ऊपर रेडिएशंस को हम मेजर कर रहे थे, we had observed such kind of graph. What is the total energy that has been total energy which is incident on the body, or basically what is radiosity. This is the sort of question that they will ask, and they can do the same question by simply changing the terms over here. Okay, J के जगह G लिख देंगे and बोलेंगे what is the total irradiation, या फिर इसके जगह E डाल देंगे. Okay, let me change the ink. इसके जगह E डाल देंगे and बोलेंगे एमिसिव पावर निकाल के बताओ. राइट, तो ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. अब ये क्वेश्चन अगर आप देखोगे तो प्रीटी मच सिंपल भी लगेगा आपको. आप कहोगे सर बहुत ही आसान क्वेश्चन दिया है अपने, क्या है इसमें, आप बस एरिया अंडर द कर्व निकालना है, क्योंकि हमने इधर ऑलरेडी देखा हुआ है. इट इज इंटीग्रल ऑफ जे लैम्डा डी लैम्डा, मीनिंग दैट इट इज द एरिया अंडर द कर्व. एरिया अंडर द कर्व वेयर जे लैम्डा इज ऑन वाई एक्सिस, लैम्डा इज ऑन द एक्स एक्सिस. आपने वही हमें डायरेक्ट ग्राफ के टर्म्स में दे रखा है, तो मैं सिंपली एरिया निकाल लूंगा. तो क्या होगा, ये तीन एरियाज का सम होगा. तो फर्स्ट एरिया विल बी एरिया ऑफ द ट्रायंगल व्हिच इज लाइक दिस. ओके सॉरी, व्हिच इज लाइक दिस, ये वाला ट्रायंगल. तो इसका एरिया क्या होगा, हाफ इंटू बेस इंटू हाइट प्लस एरिया ऑफ द रेक्टेंगल, जो क्या होगा लेंथ इंटू ब्रेड्थ. सो इसकी हाइट है 1000 और इसकी लेंथ है 25 माइनस 5 प्लस एरिया ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर ट्रायंगल, राइट. and area of this particular triangle will be again half times 5 into 1000. जो भी न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यू कैलकुलेट हो रही है वो आप बता दोगे, बात खत्म. so I guess this comes out to be 2500. This will be 20,000. This will be again 2500. So this will be 5,000. This will be around 25,000 watts per meter square, right? तो इस टाइप का छोटा सा क्वेश्चन आपको गेट में बनाया जा सकता है या प्लेसमेंट टेस्ट में दिया जा सकता है. सो नोइंग दीज पर्टिकुलर कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऑफ रेडियोसिटी, रेडिएशन एंड एमिशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो आपको बताया जा सकता है कि एमिसिव पावर ऑफ अ बॉडी इज दिस मच, एमिसिव पावर ऑफ अ बॉडी इज दिस मच, द रेडियोसिटी इज दिस मच. सो व्हाट इज द अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी दैट इज बीइंग रिफ्लेक्टेड बाय द सरफेस. तो यू शुड नो कि रेडियोसिटी इंक्लूड्स रिफ्लेक्शन. सो रेडियोसिटी से एमिशन को मैं सब्सट्रैक्ट करूंगा तो मेरे को रिफ्लेक्शन आ जाएगा. सो अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस कॉन्सेप्ट्स एंड दीज पर्टिकुलर एक्सप्रेशंस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. कल को चल के वो आपको सीधा आई लैम्डा का एक्सप्रेशन दे देंगे एग्जाम में. ये इसका एक एक्सप्रेशन दे देंगे बढ़िया सा इन टर्म्स ऑफ लैम्डा, थीटा एंड फाई, एंड दे विल आस्क यू टू कैलकुलेट दिस, और दे विल आस्क यू टू कैलकुलेट दिस. व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज you need to do three integration, one double integration and one this integration. So they will give you some nice expression, lambda into sin theta cos phi, ऐसे कुछ मस्त एक्सप्रेशन बना के दे देंगे वो, एंड बोलेंगे इसको सॉल्व करो. ठीक है, तो you need to do this integration over here, then you need to do this integration, and then you will get the answer. तो इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस बनते हैं एंड आ भी चुके हैं. इसीलिए हमारा टारगेट था आज कि रेडिएशन कैसे होता है उसको समझना एंड ये तीन पर्टिकुलर कॉन्सेप्ट्स को अंडरस्टैंड करना. आई होप दैट this pretty much explains the discussion and also summarizes the importance of today's discussion as well, and how problems are generated in this particular area. So we'll be discussing the problems in detail whenever I take previous year questions and preparation strategies for a particular topic. But again, I felt that this is pretty much important to kind of motivate you or tell you why we are studying it only in this fashion and why we are skipping out the physics in between. क्योंकि ये एक्सप्रेशन लाने के पीछे बहुत कुछ जाता है. ये एक्सप्रेशन इतना सीधा सीधा आया नहीं, इसके पीछे 5-6 लाइंस का डेरिवेशन है, बट इट इज नॉट मच इम्पोर्टेंट टू यू. वो काफी ज्यादा फिजिक्स हो जाएगा, एंड we are more interested in the engineering thing right now, so I'm not going deep into that. All right, with this I conclude today's session. tomorrow we'll see some laws associated with radiation. So we'll typically start with black body radiation, the Max Planck's law, Wayne's displacement law, Stephen Boltzmann law, so on and so forth. And then we'll have some new topics included like view factor and all. And then we'll see how much we can cover up in tomorrow's class. Till then, bye bye. Please do revise and we'll meet in the next class.